Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 7 such specimens to examine. 7 trading card autograph request return specimens to examine. 6 regular size specimens and 1 oversized specimen. And we will be examining all of these in minute detail. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, get ready to enjoy the fun presented to you from the worldwide YouTube video airfill. Well, electronic guests, electronic ladies, electronic gentlemen, electronic non-human intelligences, we hope you are having a wonderful Monday morning. Even if you had to report back to work this Monday morning, hopefully you had enough of a relaxation, enough chance to live some life over the weekend that you're ready to push that rock back up the mountain one more week. Have you all been enjoying the World Cup over the last week or so? I've I've watched a few games and have enjoyed it, and uh, some of the games haven't really been that exciting, some mismatches, but it's fun to see, fun to listen to some of these limey broadcasters on some of the games. I enjoy listening to them with their British accents. So far I gotta say, so far in the World Cup, the biggest star to emerge has not been Lionel Messi or Mbappe or Erling Haaland, but Nayela Aguilera of Paraguay. Gotta be the biggest star to come out of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Have you seen the Have you seen the Paraguayan star Nayela Aguilera? Of course, she's not a soccer player, but she was caught on one of those camera where the cameras sweep through the stands to take some shots of the fans, and the camera stayed on her long enough to make her an international star, the headliner of the World Cup, Nayela Aguilera of Paraguay. And a reporter caught up to her and asked her, how was she dealing with her sudden international worldwide fame? And let's take a listen to, to how she feels about all the attention.
Buenas tardes, estamos en vivo para la Rock and Pop, Grupo Ñandutí. Bueno, qué importante victoria, qué lindo festejo, qué momento tan dulce también para vos en lo personal, me imagino.
Totalmente, yo estuve viendo con mi familia el partido y vine volando, vine hacia acá, ¿verdad? Sí o sí, sin falta tenía que venir acá. Y que no se imaginan lo feliz que estoy muy agradecida con el resultado y la verdad que vamos Paraguay, vamos por más y...
All right, so there you have it. Breakout star of the 2026 World Cup, Nayela Aguilera. Congratulations to you, young lady. We hope Paraguay keeps winning so we can see more of you. Actually, my favorite thing about the World Cup, I must admit, is not the actual soccer games, but have you seen on social media the videos of the foreigners that are coming over to America and the wonderful things the wonderful things they're discovering about America? They didn't realize how good we have it over here. They said, you know what? America's getting a negative world image. We come over to America and we're shocked. And I'll tell you what, they are stunned. Some of the wonders of America, such as the Bass Pro Shops. They love the Bass Pro Shops, Buc-ee's. They can't believe you can walk into a gas station and gets you a delicious brisket sandwich and about 40 different flavors of Diet Coke. Chick-fil-A, they can't believe those spicy chicken sandwiches. And Costco, they walk into Costco and I said, it's massive. It's massive. They can't believe it. Of course, when I was watching watching one of these videos where some of the foreigners went into Costco, and I stopped and thought about it for a minute. You can't just walk into Costco. Did they get permission from Costco to film, or did they actually have to pay the $60 membership? Of course, I guess if you got the money to come over all the way across the world to follow your soccer team, paying a $60 membership fee to go into Costco once is probably just a drop in the bucket to you. But that I just wondered, are some of those videos fake, or did Costco let them come in, or how did they get in, or did they just go ahead and pay the $60 fee? But that's been my favorite thing, is watching the foreigners discover the grandeur of America with our Bass Pro Shops, our Walmarts, our In-N-Out Burgers, our beautiful truck stops, the rodeos down in Texas. They are having a grand time discovering the hidden charms of the USA. All right, but I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying the World Cup. Let's open one more pack of these World Cup stickers since we're still in World Cup season before we get to our TTMs. These are our Panini FIFA 2026 World Cup stickers. They go in the little sticker book. Hopefully I can get these opened up without cutting or damaging the stickers too badly. These are some tough things to open up. Oh, I got that one pretty good. All right, let's see. I got the sticker pack sliced open on the first cut. How about that? Let's see. Hopefully we got some. So I didn't get too many stars in the other packs. Not one player I recognize. Hopefully this batch of stickers has got some of the world stars. Let's see who our sticker number 1 is. Bualam Kuki. Mr. Kuki. How about that? He plays in Qatar and he's on the Qatar national team. Look at that. His name is Kuki. Gotta love some of these names on these foreign players that have come over here. His name, once again, Bualam Kuki. Good luck to you, Kuki. I hope you're having a great time in America. All right, let's see who we got next. Who is this young lad? This is Bathusi Abbas. He is from RSA, which is South Africa. Look at their little logos. He's got like 2 logos. Some of these logos are pretty interesting to look at. RSA, South Africa, Abbas. So far, nobody I've heard of again. Who's this? Roberto Alvarado. Now, I did see him play for Mexico. He's a pretty good player. Well, they got a nice logo. Look at that. Look at that bird with a soccer ball under his talons there. It's a nice logo for Mexico. And they're doing pretty good too, Mexico and the USA. They're doing pretty good so far in the World Cup. All right, who's here next here? Can we get a star player at all? Who's this guy? Let's focus this up. Ben Gannon Doak. And he plays for Scotland. Look at that. Bournemouth in the English League, but he's for the Scotland national team. They got a nice little logo too. Scotland, Ben Gannon Doak. Interesting name. All right, we got a couple left. Let's get 1 star, can we? Camel Miller from Canada. He plays in the U.S. Soccer League. Camel Miller. All right, Camel. Then we have Briel Mbolo from Switzerland. Their logo is like the Red Cross. Briel Mbolo, Switzerland. Our last sticker. We did not get any stars. Zivad, is that a V or a Y? It's either Zivad or Ziad Al-Johani. KSA. Oh, KSA, I can tell from his logo. Saudi Arabia. KSA must mean Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Z, I guess that's a Y. Ziad Al-Johani of Saudi Arabia. Well, I hope all these foreigners are having a great time in America. I hope they are filling up on their Slurpees and looking at the aquariums at the Bass Pro Shops and having a great time. All right, keep watching the World Cup. And now let's get to the main event. We're 10 minutes in, so we might as well start busting in to our TTMs. I thought let's do the large one first. Get that out of the way. It takes up so much space, and it's probably a disappointment. You see that coming from the Baltimore Ravens. I sent to Jesse Minter, the Ravens' new head coach, one of my custom art cards. Obviously, it is not returned in the normal size envelope. I'm hoping that it's signed, and inside this jumbo envelope, and maybe they included an 8 by, maybe Coach Minter included 8 by 10 preprint or something. But given that it's coming from the Ravens logo with stationery, they probably had some secretary process his mail and just stuff in a 8 by 10 preprint. I'm not holding out hopes that I got my actual custom art card signed, but cost them $11.90 to send this to me. I hope I got my envelope back and my custom card at the very least. But let's bust it open and see. You know, sometimes they just coach just signs the card and says, "Hey," to the secretary, "Hey, package all this up with one of our 8 by 10 glossies and maybe a schedule. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky." But let's see what the Baltimore Ravens and Jesse Minter sent us. I got one of these handy little things here. We don't have to cut it open. We just pull the little string here. We got our picture fell down. Put that over there. Well, let's see who we got. What we got. I can see here's the preprint. Let's pull that right out. Get that out of the way. Oh, that looks personalized and signed. How about that? That is not a preprint. Beautiful. Jesse Minter. How about that? 43 years old. Of course, he rapidly ascended the coaching ranks, just hired as the Baltimore Ravens' new head coach. He's known for his elite defensive mind, following in the footsteps of his father, Rick Minter, a veteran coach and former head ball coach at Cincinnati. Jesse began his career at Notre Dame, then moved on as the Ravens defensive back coach before he was tapped by Jim Harbaugh to take over the defense for the Wolverines, helping them to the national title in 2023. He then followed Coach Harbaugh to the Chargers, where he was their defensive coordinator for 2 years before taking the Ravens job. Look at that, beautiful 8 by 10, hand signed by Jesse Minter. And that is a nice signature and nicely personalized. Well, let's see, maybe my custom card's in there. Let me reach in there and see what all's in there. Nope, that's it. Well, wait a minute. Is that it? Yep, that is it. Well, I guess he didn't want the custom card. He didn't want to sign that, but that is very nice. Of course, that could be, he could have signed a stack of those, and it could be a secretary who put "to Jeff" on there, but that is very nice. We'll take it. A real signature from Jesse Minter. That is beautiful. Thank you, Coach. Good luck on your career, your new career here coming up with the Baltimore Ravens. Hope you win a lot of ball games. All right, now let's get on to our regular size TTMs. That wasn't too bad way to start. A little bit better than I expected when I saw that jumbo envelope. Our first regular sized TTM is coming to us from the hellhole of the world, the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area. That is that is the worst place I've ever been in my life. I've been in some grubby towns, let me tell you. I live in southeast Michigan. We have our share, and I've been to Baltimore and Oakland. I've been to some scrubby towns. There's none worse than the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area, the hellhole of the world. All right, let's see what we got from hellhole. What do we got from the hellhole of the world? Well, we got our note back. Look at that. And we've got some ink there, so some questions were answered. Do we have our ball card in here? Oh, we got us 2 ball cards. Look at those. Man, best one of them beautifully inscribed from one of the all-time Boston Bruin legends, Mr. Terry O'Reilly. Look at those beautiful signatures, beautifully inscribed. Terry, now 75 years old. These are 1975-76 Topps cards. He spent his entire career with the Bruins from 1971 to 1985, was one of the National Hockey League's most feared enforcers and respected leaders, and he had skill as well. Known for his toughness and willingness to defend teammates, he amassed over 2,000 penalty minutes while also contributing offensively with multiple 20-goal seasons. O'Reilly captained the Bruins and led them to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1977 and 1978. They lost a couple of legendary Stanley Cup Finals to the Canadiens. Those were some of the greatest hockey finals ever. 204 career goals. Terry O'Reilly, a true Boston Bruin legend. Look at these sweet old Topps cards. Terry O'Reilly. Boy, he was something else, wasn't he? He was one of the toughest hombres in the NHL. Terry O'Reilly. Well, let's see. I forgot what I asked him. Maybe if who his toughest fight was against. I don't know. Oh no, I see. I said he played for one of the greatest and most legendary and most colorful coaches in any sport. Did you like playing for the legend Don Cherry? Yes, great coach. Indeed he was, and he had a great career afterwards as a commentator on Hockey Night in Canada. Any favorite teammates from those days? Peter McNabb, Rick Middleton, Mike Milbury. Well, how about that? That is, man, we have got 2 great returns to start our Monday TTM show. Jesse Minner and the legend Terry O'Reilly. Boy, look at that. That is a great signature and beautifully inscribed too. Thank you, Mr. O'Reilly, one of our all-time best returns. All right, let's get on to our next TTM. This one here. This is coming to us from Sacramento, California. Whenever I hear Sacramento, I think of that old lady, that old grandma ran a boarding house out there and killed all her boarders. I can't remember her name, but they had old Granny boarding house serial killer out there in Sacramento. Let's see what we got us from Sacramento. Who did I send to in Sacramento? I don't even remember. Got us a ball card. Oh, look at that. Harold Presley. This has been out a while. Very nice. Harold, now 63 years old. This is his 1989-90 Hoops rookie card. Look at that sweet old card. Harold Presley. All Big East and Big East Defensive Player of the Year in 1986. A member of the legendary 1985 Villanova National Championship team. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block in the Wildcats' historic championship game upset of Patrick Ewing and Georgetown. He was the Kings' first-round pick in 1986. He played 4 years for them, finished his career averaging 9 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. After his NBA career, he played several years in Europe. Harold Presley, look at that nice old rookie card. He had just enough ink left in his blue Sharpie to get the job done. That looks very nice. Thank you, Mr. Presley. Well, we're rolling along with our TTMs. Let's see our next one here. This one is coming to us from Jacksonville, RPDC. Jacksonville, Florida. Let's see what we got on this TTM Monday. TTM Monday. Oh, look at that beautiful signature. Man, that came out nice. This is a 2000 Fleer Focus rookie card signed by great old Jets wide receiver Lavernius Coles. And this one was numbered number 610 out of 1999. Look at that beautiful rookie card, Lavernius Coles. Fleer Focus. Lavernius now 48 years old. He was the Jets' third-round pick in 2000 out of Florida State, where he was a member of the 1999 Florida State National Champions. Played 3 years with the Jets, 2 with the Redskins, then back to the Jets for 4 more years, one final season with the Bengals. 674 career catches for 8,609 yards, 12.8 yards per catch, 49 touchdowns, 3 1,000-yard seasons, made the Pro Bowl in 2003. Pretty good old wide receiver, Lavernius Coles. And boy, that came out great, isn't it? Beautiful signature on that beautiful old rookie card. Boy, that is beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Coles. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with all these returns so far. All right, let's just keep going. This next one is coming to us from Seattle, Washington. I wonder if they've got any. I think they are playing some. Are they playing some World Cup games in Seattle? I wonder what the foreigners think of the street life in Seattle. That is that is a kind of a, let's put it politely and say it's kind of a bohemian street life in Seattle. Maybe they're used to that. Maybe they come from Amsterdam or somewhere. Maybe they just love it. Seattle, Washington. All right, let's see what we got from beautiful bohemian Seattle, Washington. TTM, we got a note back. And it looks like a couple of ball cards. 2 beautiful rookie cards. Look at that. Signed by Pat Beach. These are his 1986 Topps rookie cards. Look at those beautiful old cards. Pat Beach, 66 years old. He was a second team All-Pac-10 tight end at Washington State in 1981. The Colts' 6th-round pick in 1982. Here's a good trivia question and answer for you. He scored the last TD in Baltimore Colts history in the final game of the 1983 season against the Oilers. Of course, the Colts then infamously packed up and moved to Indianapolis in the middle of the night. Played 7 more years with the Colts in Indianapolis. Then he had 1 year with the Eagles and 1 year with the Cardinals. For his career, he caught 163 passes, 1,558 yards. That's 9.9 yards a catch with 14 touchdowns. Pat Beach. Look at those beautifully signed rookie cards. Gotta love it. Thank you, sir. And let's see. I know I didn't ask him about sneaking out of Baltimore in the middle of the night. No, he did not. He just sent the note back. He did not. Uh, here's my question: did you date any cheerleaders at Washington State? He didn't want to answer. He didn't want to answer if he still followed football. It'd be interesting to know. Did he date any cheerleaders? He said, I don't. That's personal. I'll keep that to myself. That's fine. No problem at all. All right, let's see what we got next. This one is coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, GARP, DC. Let us see on this TTM Monday what we got from Atlanta. Atlanta. Well, we got a note. Hopefully we get better results on the note. Well, look at this. Chris Carpenter. Very nice. Chris Carpenter on his 1988. This is his, what is this? 80. That's a 1990 Fleer. This is right there at the top. 1990 Fleer. Beautifully signed by Chris Carpenter. Now 62 years old. Pitched parts of 8 years in the big leagues with the Cardinals, Rangers, Marlins, Brewers, mostly as a middle reliever. Finished his career 27 wins, 22 losses, 3.91 earned run average, and 7 saves. Played college baseball and football for Georgia. Yes, sir. He was a Bulldog. He was Georgia's punter in 1985 and 1986. He had him a 44.1 yards per punt average for the Bulldogs. Chris Carpenter, pitcher and punter. How about that? I bet some of you old Georgia football fans remember watching Chris Carpenter punt the ball for the Bulldogs. How about that? Chris Carpenter. Nice signature. That looks very nice. All right, maybe, what did I ask him? Did I ask him about football? I hope he answered some questions. He did. Yeah, he answered one question. I said, do you still follow baseball? If so, any current players you like? Not much. Not much a fan of the modern game. What big league city had the friendliest girls? He left it blank. So he either didn't want to answer or none of them had any friendly girls. I don't know. All right, that's okay. He don't follow baseball much, and he didn't have much to say, not much to say about the friendly girls. Well, he was a great punter for the Bulldogs, Chris Carpenter. All right, we're down to our last TTM. This one here is coming to us from Columbia, South Carolina. Got a lot from the South today. All right, let's see what we got from Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia. And we got our ball card. Oh, look at this. I've been waiting a while for this one. A Washington Redskin legend, Mr. Larry Brown. Look at that. That is a small but elegant signature from Larry Brown on a beautiful old 1970 Topps rookie card. I don't know. I saw this guy play as a kid. He was a real workhorse running back. He ran hard every single carry. Larry Brown, look at that. Larry was the NFL's 4th leading rusher in 1969. He was a great old running back, Larry Brown. He is now 78 years old. He began his football journey at Dodge City Community College before transferring to Kansas State. At Kansas State, he primarily served as a blocking back until his senior year, and he led the team in rushing and caught the eye of NFL scouts. Despite being an 8th round draft pick, he became a star, a legend with the Redskins throughout the late 1960s and early 1970s. Finished with 5,875 career rushing yards, 2,485 receiving yards, 55 touchdowns, National Football League Most Valuable Player, and National Football League Offensive Player of the Year in 1972, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time First Team All-Pro, 1970 National Football League rushing leader. True Redskins legend Larry Brown. Well, we got some legends today. Larry Brown and Terry O'Reilly, beautiful. Well, let's see if Larry answers some questions. I know I asked him about George Allen, the great old coach of the Redskins. Yes, I did. Did you like playing for Coach George Allen? Yes. Who was the hardest hitting tackler you ever faced? Ooh, the old Chiefs middle linebacker, Willie Lanier. Good answer. Thank you, Larry Brown, for signing that rookie card and for answering those questions. Well, I really appreciate that. Larry Brown and Terry O'Reilly, Jesse Minner, we're having us quite a day. All right, those were some great TTMs. I enjoyed showing those to you. We hope you enjoy watching the World Cup in between the hydration breaks. You might need something to read. You see these, they have hydration breaks during the games, and in each half, halfway through each half, the players get a hydration break. If you need something to do while you're waiting out the hydration break, head over to Amazon.com. Type in that author's name there, Henry L. Rassico. Type in that book, title of that book will come up. A couple others might pop up. Get you some good books to read during the hydration breaks during the World Cup. Let me tell you something about these books. These books illustrate in story format, in realistic everyday scenarios, not no ivory tower theory. They illustrate in regular everyday language how the three forces, internal, external, and supernatural, influence the course of our lives and how they shape human experience. Of course, the internal force is our own self, even though we don't understand or control it. Our desires, our ability to process the external forces. When we willfully choose to do good or bad, even though we cannot explain why we chose to do what we did. Just like we can't explain why we like strawberry ice cream better than vanilla. It's an internal force. It is us, the person we were born with. Now, the external forces are those imposed upon us by the visible world around us, other people and the systems we must function in. And if you reported to work Monday morning against your will, you understand very well the external forces opposed upon you. See, we were thrown into an already established world order. We had no say in how this world runs, and 99.9% of people who ever lived or ever will live have zero ability to influence. Other people, parents, siblings, friends, coworkers, random strangers, they'll help, harm, or ignore you. The third force is the supernatural forces, and they are both good and bad. The influence of the Creator, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and the angels who did not rebel, and the bad supernatural forces, Satan and the fallen angels. The supernatural forces are unseen, and in the case of other people's wickedness, we have no way of knowing whether it is due to their own internal failings or negative influences upon them, or supernatural forces, or some combination of all three, which we can more poetically call all these three forces the world, the flesh, and the devil. So these books here present in story form, understandable story form, human experience in the world, and with the world, the flesh, and the devil. Uh, Sometimes it's in graphic detail, so if you are a crybaby, you don't like to think about unpleasant things, these books probably aren't for you. But if you're a big boy or a big girl or a big a big non-binary, then check these out. You just might like them. All right, that is our video for this Monday morning. We're going to watch some more World Cup, I guess, later today. God willing, we'll be back in a few days with some more videos. Until then, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.